Before we move on, and we've got a real busy show, we've got loads of guests joining us, we should talk about some of the football news that's come out today, actually. Yeah. Something that broke maybe about an hour before we came on, maybe an hour and a half, was Eddie Howe has just signed a new long-term deal with Newcastle. How important is that for the club that they do it just before the season starts? Are you surprised they're doing it now, a week or two ago, or it doesn't matter, he signed the deal, it's good news?
I'm only surprised because he's done fantastically well since he's been there, Eddie Howe. I mean, you look at their form under him, and certainly the turn of the year. I think they'd be in the top 4 with the performances that they put in. I thought they would have held fire just to see how the season would have started, because a lot of expectation around Newcastle. If I'm honest with the signings they've made, Botman's a good signing, they've got Target. I thought there would have been a few more come flooding through the door, and they would link to Maddison. But I think for Eddie Howe, I mean, it's a massive show of faith, confidence that they've got all the money in the world, but they believe he's the right man to take that club forward. Can only give him confidence, but as I said, I would have thought more signings would have come through the door, but listen, it's positive news for Newcastle.
Well, do you think that when you say that maybe you should have waited a few weeks or maybe months?
No, a few months.
To see how Newcastle do this season in the Premier League?
Yeah, just to see how he beds in with the new signings, and can he take them to where they ultimately want to be. I guess time will tell. You look at the squad that they've got now, it's a good squad. Do I think now, with the current squad that they've got, they could get into the top 8? I think it'll be difficult. But for Eddie Howe, good coach.
But what does that tell you about what the board are thinking? They're thinking long term, right? That this season isn't as important as perhaps you and I are made to think it is. We talk about Newcastle and we think must be top 8 minimum, maybe top 6 as well. But the board are probably thinking, you know what? There's no need to panic yet. It's a long term.
Do you know what? Maybe they're showing a little bit of intelligence, a little bit of patience, because maybe they know that it's kind of an anomaly that you get all the money in the world, you throw all the money at it, and it doesn't always work. And plus, there's FFP as well, fair play, so they can't just do that. So I quite like the fact that maybe they're thinking, all right, it's about progression. It's not about trying to jump from here to there so quickly. You've got to, go up the levels, go up the stages. And I think by giving Eddie Howe the long-term contract, being quite clever in their signings, and really identifying the right players, because I think that's key. They've got all the money in the world. They don't want to go and sign a superstar that maybe his attitude's wrong or they're on the decline. They want hungry players at the right price, and I think what they've done so far has been quite clever.
Okay, the other big news, of course, that Marc Cucurella has gone to Chelsea, over 60
Has he gone now, definitely? Is that definite?
Done. It was reported, then they poo-pooed it, now the mum poo-pooed it. It's a done deal. £60 million?
It's a lot of money. But again, it's a lot of money. But transfers are bonkers nowadays, aren't they? You can't try and put a price on anything.
Yeah, but what does it tell you that Man City's opening bid, was it 40 or 30? Round about between 30 and 40. They've come in, it's over 60 now with add-ons.
That's Chelsea. As much as you talk about Chelsea and Manchester City, Chelsea ultimately always come up trumps, and that's why it surprised me with the Rafinha deal and other deals that they've lost out on, that they couldn't get the players over the line, because Chelsea are renowned for, if they identify a target, they go and get him. So good signing for Chelsea. They're someone they needed.
What does that tell you about the players that are there? So Alonso, does that tell you he's going to go? Does it also tell you they're going to revert to maybe 3 at the back and play Chilwell and
Cucurella that left? Yeah, they could do. They've got Koulibaly, they've got Thiago Silva, as we know. I think it was massively important that Cesar Azpilicueta.
Oh, he's come up again.
Yes.
Ding, 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 go on.
Dave.
No, what's his name? Go on.
Cesar Azpilicueta.
I like the way you've got to say his first name to get the second name out. Okay.
Signed that new contract because, we know he's getting older, but he's a leader in that dressing room. He's a proper captain.
He's a proper legend.
Proper legend. So I think Chelsea defensively now will be breathing a little bit easier.